Liverpool vs Darmstadt match preview and the latest developments in the team. After finishing their Singapore tour in a stunning 4-3 defeat against German champions Bayern Munich on Wednesday, Liverpool are now gearing up to host Darmstadt at Preston North End's Deepdale Stadium in their final game of the pre-season. The Reds are days away from kicking off their 2023-2024 Premier League campaign with a trip to Stamford Bridge. Clues on Klopp's team selection could be revealed by giving players more minutes against the German side on Monday. As the new season draws even closer, Liverpool's encounter with Bayern saw players take more than 45 minutes on the pitch for the first time this summer, giving an indication of who will be up against Mauricio Pochettino's side next Sunday. Located in southwestern Germany, Darmstadt is a newly emerging Bundesliga team after being promoted from the second tier last season. The German side is led by Torsten Lieberknecht. It is a great relief for Klopp that Liverpool are not worried about any new injuries as they return from Singapore on Wednesday evening. The Reds provided a huge boost to their midfield as Stefan Bajcetic and Thiago Alcantara returned to practice ahead of Liverpool's journey to Stamford Bridge. However, it is too early for the duo to step forward against Darmstadt. The Spanish players and Conor Bradley did not travel with the team on the Asian tour as they continued their rehabilitation at the AXA training center. Concerns about Alexis Mac Allister's injury against Bayern were soon downplayed by Klopp. The Argentinian was only sidelined for a knee-high collision. The midfielder told Klopp that it would be good to continue, but that he would never take risks in friendlies. It's unclear whether the World Cup winner will be used at Deepdale on Monday. Here's how Liverpool can start their game against Darmstadt on Monday: Alisson in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back, Konate and Virgil van Dijk in tandem at centre back, Andy Robertson at left back, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott and Dominic Szoboszlai in midfield, Mohamed Salah on the right wing, Cody Gakpo in the middle, Luis Diaz on the left wing. This summer has been one with plenty of goals for Liverpool. The Reds have scored 15 times in 4 games. However, conceding a goal 10 times has raised questions about Liverpool's back row. Klopp will want a solid performance more defensively at Deepdale as they fine-tune preparations for their trip to the capital next weekend. While competition for places is evident, don't be surprised to see Liverpool treat it like a competitive game, as players want to prove to Klopp why they need to start next Sunday against Chelsea. It's almost certain that the Reds will make a transfer to fix their backline woes. However, midfield options are evaluated first, because there is no one who can take the role of Fabinho. For this reason, after the arrival of a midfielder who can play number 6, the focus will be on the transfer of the centre-back. Klopp can now rekindle interest in Eberechi. Liverpool's summer transfer window started with great promise. Despite the exciting acquisitions of Alexis Mac Allister and Dominic Szoboszlai, the sound of alarm bells threatens to ring at Anfield with just 1 week before the 2023-2024 Premier League campaign. James Milner, Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain were expected to leave Anfield. But for Fabinho and Jordan Henderson, Saudi Arabia's moves left Liverpool light in the midfield division. Liverpool are in talks for Romeo Lavia but are unwilling to meet Southampton's £50 million request. The 2 lower bids were therefore rejected. Liverpool are still keen on Lavia but are keeping in touch with other players on the transfer list. One of them is Crystal Palace midfielder Eberechi. According to the latest information, Eze has shown reluctance to enter negotiations for a new contract with Europe's top teams at Selhurst Park. He has 2 years left on his current deal. Liverpool were reportedly monitoring the situation for Dynamo in June, and Klopp may be inclined to reconsider a deal for the Eagles star, now thought to be worth €30 million. The 25-year-old made a London-wide transfer from Queen's Park Rangers to Selhurst Park for £20 million in 2020, scoring 15 goals and providing 11 assists in 93 appearances across all competitions. The squadron-footed phenomenon went into trouble, smashing his Achilles before being called up to England's European Championship squad in May 2021. As a result, he only appeared in 13 games in the 2021-2022 period. However, the £30,000 ace, who finally made his England debut this summer, scored 10 goals and provided 4 assists in England's best flight last season. He particularly recovered towards the end of the campaign, scoring 6 goals and an assist in the last 9 games where the Eagles built a late purple patch under Sage Roy Hodgson. After those exploits, he now has a considerable reputation on the European scene, and it's no surprise that teams like Liverpool have caught their attention. He is currently among the top 1% of midfielders in Europe's top 5 leagues. It also ranks in the top 6% for shot creation actions, the top 16% for progressive carries, and the top 1% for successful transfers per game. He typically plays the attacking role in midfield, but has had success in a number of deployments, and if Klopp chooses to use him in a way that allows his box-smashing qualities to be showcased, it could be your signature masterstroke. His all-encompassing offense could allow East to find dangerous breakthroughs with impressive regularity, especially given the dynamic partnership he can form with Mohamed Salah. Earning £350,000 a week, the Egyptian star is among the top 3% of offensive midfielders and wingers for goals, the top 13% for assists, and the top 1% for touches in the offensive box per game. Given his innate ability to score goals and assists profusely, a gem like Ease will have no problem taking action using his own skills to dare promising positions. Dubbed a wizard by Sky Sports expert Micah Richards, Ease could take the next step in his development with Klopp. Liverpool have spoken to Aston Villa's Jadon Philogene. Aston Villa's Jadon Philogene is said to be admired by Liverpool, and talks are being held between the club and the young players' managers. A product of the Aston Villa Academy and representing England at youth level, the 21-year-old is admired by Jürgen Klopp and the Liverpool recruiters. However, the Reds can compete with another team, Newcastle, who have contacted the player's side. Philogene is a winger who has played a total of 5 games with Villa. He also had loan spells with Stoke City and Cardiff City last term in the 2021-2022 season. Signing Philogene, who impressed Unai Emery in the pre-season, is not easy. He started all 3 friendly games for the club and scored in the game against Fulham in Orlando. Philogene can play on either wing, and what Klopp likes most is his versatility. With Mohamed Salah now 31 years old, there is a need to find suitable successors for the Reds legend. Liverpool have brought in Alexis Mac Allister and Dominic Szoboszlai for a total of £95 million ahead of the new season, and more midfielders are expected this window as both players start the first team. However, the Reds are also scanning the market for young players who can thrive and grow under Klopp. Jadon Philogene is one of them, and if he continues with Aston Villa this season, he could rise to a different level under Unai Emery's wing. It can be quite difficult to get a young player into the next year. The English star has a good command of his wrists and is adept at taking down an opponent. This could make him a fan favourite at Anfield. Liverpool will continue to monitor the player's condition.